Okay, here we are ready to twine. The twine is usually number 2 or number 3 round, and it has also been soaking in the water for a little while. A long piece is best because you want it to last a while. This is probably longer than I need. I might be able to go 3 times, which might be good. It is a bit of a pain sometimes, but, oh, that's got a break in it. What you're gonna do is take your 2 ends of the long pieces, get it untwisted first, and you're gonna go just a little bit off center, just about 2 or 3 inches less. Work your way to the top of the loop. And when reed is wet, if you pinch with your needle nose pliers in the middle here, like this, pinch it and squeeze it, it won't break when you go to do that. Now, I always work, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, work with your tails to the right. Just makes it easier to start with. If you get really good at it, then you can go the direction you like. So looking here, I have 2 that are behind. You don't want to start on one on top because if I put it down there, you'll see that you'll lose it and it goes down and it might not work very well. So I always go to the ones that are behind. And I'm going to go to the one to the far left because I want to make sure that I have room to tuck it in at the end. So what you do is take your loop and bring it down through that spoke so that it comes all the way to the base of the basket. And if you look, you have one that's coming from behind that spoke and one that's coming from on top of that spoke. The general rule is you always go behind. The one on top always goes behind the next spoke. So this is my one on top. I can see it clearly. Just do one at a time. And you're going to take it, lift that spoke, put it behind, tuck it down in. Now I have a new one on top. The other one is on top. Take the one on top, put it behind the next spoke. When I start getting close to the corner, I can take that clothespin off and make sure you untangle your long piece because it will get tangled up every couple times. We're gonna have a mess. One on top goes behind and you're back to the corner. Now, when you get to the corner, it could change. For this one, I can see that if I take the one on top, it's gonna lock in place. So I'm gonna take the one on top, take it behind, but I'm gonna bring it at a 90-degree angle and make a nice square corner. And then bring the one from behind, put it on top. Put your clothespin back in to hold it in place. And I always turn my basket, bottom, my base, so that I'm always working across the top. This would be a good time to straighten out your tails. All right, so now you can see that this one is the one on top. You're gonna go behind the next spoke. And you just work your way around, one on top, always goes behind. Don't forget to straighten it out, it gets tangled. One on top goes behind, back to the side, the corner. So I'm gonna take off that clothespin. Make sure you get the one on top goes behind to the very last one. Now, if I take the one on top now and put it behind, I'm gonna lose it behind that one. So what you do for this corner and then every other corner, so the alternate corner will do the same thing. You kind of get the one on top out of the way for a bit, take the one behind and bring it over, and it will close up that opening. And then take the one behind. Again, make your nice corner. I turn it so I'm always working across the top. Good time to straighten out your pieces and get ready to go again. So take it from behind, straighten out a little bit. Oh my, got a tangle here, okay? One on top goes behind, one on top goes behind. Goodness sakes, this is really tangling, sorry. The one on top goes behind. Take out my clothespin because I'm back at the corner again. This one is gonna be a good corner. I can take the one on top. Oops, looks like it has come down a little bit. Sometimes you have to watch that. Gonna make it come around the corner, good 90-degree angle at the corner, nice and crisp. And then bring this one on top of it. Put your clothespin back on, turn it to the side, untangle again. Goodness sakes. And we start again. Sorry about that. All right, so the one on top goes behind the next one. The one on top goes behind the next one. And just keep on going. Now this is going to be the corner that is not going to work. I'll lose it behind this one if I take it. So I kind of get it out of the way. The one on top gets out of the way. Bring the one from behind over first to lock in that little space. And then bring this one down. Put your clothespin back in. Turn it so you're working from the top. Now we're going to go around 2 times on this basket. So you can just keep on going. The one on top goes behind. The one on top goes behind. And you just keep doing that way. Now when you get to corner now, because it's already anchored in from the last row, you don't have to put that clothespin back. Just get out of your way. And you can kind of look to see the way it comes around the corner here. And this one went, the one on the top went first. So I'm going to bring it around the corner. So the one on top goes behind, and then the one on the behind comes on top. And then I turn it, and now I've got one on top, and I just keep working my way around. The one on top always goes behind. Tangled mess. And as I look at this corner, I can see that the back one came first. And I'm going to remember that too, because I know I had to do it on the 2nd and 4th corners. It's good to kind of pay attention to which corners you have to do that. Go to the top and work your way around. One on top always goes behind. When I get to this corner, it was the one on top that went first, so I'm going to bring it around. And then the one from behind comes. Make your corner turn. And just keep going across the top. It's just easier. If you can do it down the side and across the bottom without turning it, go ahead. I'm just going to show you what works really well for me. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, do what you need to do to be successful. So the one on behind is going to go first. So get the one on the top out of the way. And if you see 2 side by side without any pieces in between, you'll know you have to take one of them back. So now we're back to the beginning. I'm going to try to zoom in on this a little bit. Nope, not going to be doing it. All right, so here's where I started. I can see my loop is on here. So this one here is going to end there. So it's on the one you started with and the one to the right of it. Okay, so I've got, here's my starting one. This piece is on top. I went one more and I'm on the one to the right of it. So basically what you do is right in the middle of the spoke where this one sits, you're going to pinch it. And again, it's to make the reed kind of squish out. So when you bend it, it doesn't break. You're going to pinch, bend. You can see I've made a bend here, and you're going to cut it. Now this one's going to go under these 2 pieces of twining here, and underneath this little piece of 3/8 it's here, and you cut it. Pinch, bend, cut, and tuck. I call it the aerobics of basket weaving. With an awl or a gather or a pusher or whatever, you're going to lift up those pieces. You're going to take that end. It's going to be like a tabletop when you push it in. I need an awl. Let me grab an awl here. So you're going to lift it all up. So when you push it in, it goes right into the spot. And it's going to sit level. Okay? This one, the exact same thing. Down the middle of this spoke. I'm going to pinch it right in the middle. Pinch, bend. I'm going to cut it so it goes just under these 2 pieces with a little tiny bit sticking out. So I'm going to cut it. Lift up those 2 pieces and tuck that in. And here's what I mean by a tabletop. You can kind of see that it's flat here and then it comes down. If that's too much showing, you can trim up some of that. I did cut it a little bit long. You can cut some of that off. And make it not show quite as much. And this is called your twining. What it does is hold all these pieces in place so when you go to do the next step, which is upsetting the spokes, they won't be shifting around.